Are you an employee and you're gearing up for your next performance review? Are you a little bit worried or nervous on how it's going to go, how you can best sell yourself, and also how you can react to feedback? Then this video is for you. Today I will be sharing key tips on how to prepare for your next performance review. And this video is specifically for an employee who would like to prepare for their own performance review. If you are a manager and you want to know how to best prepare and conduct performance reviews with your direct reports, check out this video up here. My name is Anne Koopman and I'm a leadership coach for emerging leaders and a consultant and expert for team development. And on this channel, I share my top tips on leadership and team development. Make sure you subscribe below so you don't miss out on any future videos. One of the most important tips, and the very first tip, is to actually make sure that you prepare for your performance reviews throughout the year. And the tip here is to collect a little ta-da list, a list that highlights your achievements throughout the year. It can be any kind of note app or a Word document on your computer where you just put in any kind of success that you had. Successful projects, difficult conversations, any highlights of your career, any really great feedback you received from stakeholders, customer clients, other employees, even your team if you are a manager, and where you just highlight everything that you feel proud of throughout the year. This is important because it can be very easy at the end of the year to just think back and be like, I don't even think what I've done all year, or think about the big projects that maybe were a bit difficult due to external circumstances. And so it's important to even have something to remind yourself for your own confidence, but also for the performance review on your performance and how well you did that year. Here it also helps to be clear on your strength and how your strength have helped you achieve these results. And the second tip in preparation for your performance review is to look back at your defined objectives and targets for this year. And then take some time to really break it down. What are the things that you've accomplished? And how far have you come with regards to this target? What are the things that are important to know? Have certain things changed throughout the year? Have the milestones changed or the requirements? Did you have any challenges with regards to the team or with any other things that could have gotten in the way? And document everything for this one objective, everything that you've achieved, overachieved, and also the things that might have been a bit challenging throughout the year. Make sure you bring any evidence you have on your achievements into the meeting. And following on from that, tip number 3 is to already have something in mind for your objectives for next year. What are the things that you would like to build on top of the objectives this year? What are new objectives that you can see and think are very important for your role? Because if you come prepared with new objectives, it shows that you are motivated, that you are inspired, and that you are driven for your own success, and that you also have the success of the organization or the team in mind. So already coming prepared with certain objectives will help you to bring your message across of being an employee that your manager can rely on. Tip number 4 is to also then think about your development goals. What are the things that you would like to learn on top of your role? Are there any new areas in the organization that you would like to get to know? What are your ambitions for your next career move? If you have one that you would like to achieve? How would you like to gain new experiences to achieve your goals? This could also be your chance to ask for any training or other support, maybe having a leadership coach by your side. This is your time to ask for what you want in order for you to grow. Don't be shy to prepare something here because it's all about you to ask for what you need for your development. You are the owner of your development. Point number 5 is also about preparing feedback for your manager. Thinking about how have they supported you throughout the year? What went really well for you? What would you like them to do more of? And also maybe where would you like a little bit less? So maybe somewhere you would like some more responsibility for yourself and less direct support. Maybe you want more one-on-one interactions. Maybe you want a little bit less. What is it that you need from your manager to be at your best next year? And how have they supported you in that this year already? It's really important that this is a two-way conversation. You receive feedback from your manager, but you also are allowed to provide feedback to your manager as well. Tip number 6 is all about preparing yourself before you enter the meeting conversation. You might feel a little bit nervous. You might feel scared. Depending on your relationship with your manager, you might be a little bit worried on how this conversation is going to go. Maybe even you know that there's certain objectives that you haven't quite achieved and you're a little bit nervous on how this is going to go. So before you enter the meeting, make sure you take some time to check in with your body, check in with the emotions that you are feeling, and finding ways to help you calm down. Take a few deep breaths in and out to really calm your nervous system down. Because if you are stressed or worried or scared, you might be going into the fight or flight mode. This is a mode where your brain is basically shutting off your rational thinking and gets ready for a fight or flight, which is really important when we're in acute danger. But sometimes it can get in the way because this will then lead to you sitting in a meeting, not knowing what to say, not knowing how to react, and maybe reacting a bit too defensive. So you should try to enter the meeting as calm as possible, allowing yourself some time to relax beforehand, and then thinking about intentionally, how do you want to feel in that meeting? And almost envisioning that feeling before you enter the meeting. And tip number 7 is all around preparing yourself for the feedback that you might receive. Of course, in performance reviews, it's very normal that we will receive also some critical feedback. And that's almost the purpose of it as well, right? It's about giving feedback on how you perform throughout the year. Now, hopefully your manager is well equipped in providing feedback really well and kindly and productive. But if they're not, it might come across a bit blunt, it might be a bit offensive or hurtful for you. So it's important that you manage your own emotions when you receive feedback. So make sure that you receive it and stay open for it, and think about feedback as information. It's just their point of view. It's not the truth. You can decide how much feedback you take on and how much feedback you want to think about and really integrate in your work going forward. It is just information. So try to kind of disconnect your emotions and your personal identity from that feedback. It's almost like putting it just on the table and looking at it like there and then thinking about it in the moment or later on. If you have a good relationship with your manager, you can in that moment talk about how you can go about this next, how you could use your strengths to support yourself in these areas, and maybe find ideas and strategies to overcome these challenges for you. If it feels a little bit overwhelming, you can also say, thank you so much for the feedback. I would like to think about it and talk to you about it at a later stage. Because remember, if we're in the fight or flight mode, if we're overwhelmed by our emotions and we feel a bit angry, scared, or even sad and frustrated, then we are not going to be able to have a proper conversation around the topic or issue. And don't forget, also ask for the positive feedback. There will be hundreds of things that you have done well this year. Some managers tend to focus just on the negatives, and that's a conversation in itself. But you have no control over what your manager does. So if they only provide you with critical feedback, make sure that you also check in and ask, so what did I do well? Where did I use my strength this year? What have you observed where I really stepped in and took responsibility for something? So don't be shy to ask for positive feedback as well. You deserve it, and I'm sure you've done amazing things this year. So overall, it's important that you prepare, that you make sure that you know what you have achieved and maybe where things didn't go so well, but maybe there's good reasons for it as well. Yeah, in companies, things change all the time and milestones are moved and you never quite know what's going to happen. So make sure you prepare. Prepare your emotional state before you enter the meeting. Get ready to share them, your objectives for next year, your development points for next year, and then take a deep breath and receive that feedback. I would love to hear from you. What are your biggest challenges for receiving feedback? Comment it below and I will get back to you with maybe another video building onto that. And if you would like more tips on how to receive feedback better and be a bit more courageous about that, then make sure you check out this video up here where I go into a bit more detail on how you can help yourself receive feedback better. Thanks so much for watching and I see you next time.